Welcome to Cutout Animation using Photopia or Photoshop or any digital app that is similar. This is the finished product we're going to make, so it's pretty simple with a background and a moving element. So when we look at the content page, we're going to find some inspiration here because there's a few ways that you can do this. You can cut out, one picture like here. You can see Mona Lisa's scaling up and scaling down, getting bigger or smaller. You can do flips as well as the scaling. You can add in text and other movements are gonna fit in here. The nice thing also is that you can grab images from anywhere. So popular culture, you could use your own photos. So the sky is the limit when it comes to grabbing photos or images from anywhere. Let's take a look at the assignment instructions. You need 2 or more images. One of them is going to be a background. One of them needs to be moving. And you're going to need 10 or more frames. So you can see Wonder Woman is getting bigger and smaller in front of this backdrop that she kind of fits in. So our first step is figuring out what we want to do. And for me, an older vintage photograph from 1930s, and I put in Paris to be more specific. I like the look of this, and it should be interesting to work with. When I click on an image, you're going to see we got someone in bumper cars. I like this. And it's in the thousands and high hundreds. So that's a good quality photograph. So when you like a photograph, you can click and just drag it to the side, drag it to your desktop. Now I want to look for a backdrop. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut out that bumper car and then maybe stick it on a background like this. So I'm going to grab this photo. That looks okay. It's not as big as I wanted, but I do like the actual image. So let's take a quick look at anything else. And this one looks good in the middle. Let's pop that in there. It's bigger, definitely, and it's nice and clear. So I'm going to grab this one as well. Now, at this point, we can head over to Photopia, and we're going to start with our background photo. So you can open it from your computer using this button, or I always like to drag and drop my file there. It's just easier. And then pop, it opens like magic. So we've got the workspace here, and if you've been with me in digital art, you know we're looking over here at the layers, and I can turn my images on and off. And once I bring a second one in, I'll have a second layer over there on the right side. Okay, so this is set up. It looks good. I'm going to lock this. So I'm going to click on the layer and just click on the lock. Now I can't accidentally change it. I want it to stay the same. So now I can pop in the next photo, the one with the bumper cars, and I'm going to pop that right on top. And I'm just going to check and make sure the photo looks good. The perspective is looking really nice, like the way the ground is sitting. We're not too high, we're not too low. We're both at a medium angle. So the cart is going to fit in really well with the background. Now, when I look at the cart photo over here in the layers, you can see a little symbol in the corner. And that just means we want to change it from a smart image to just a regular photo. So I'm just turning off the background. I'm going to right click on the layer where the words are. So right click. And then you're going to go down to about the middle where it says rasterize. And now the image is ready to work on. So the symbol is gone, we're looking good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the polygon lasso, that's right here. Sometimes you have to click and hold on the regular lasso to make it appear as a little drop-down menu. And when I click this one, you can see I get a straight line. And then each time I click, I get an anchor point. So if I zoom in, it makes this a lot easier. Then I can click, 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 click. I'm clicking around not too fast. I don't want to double click, just clicking in each spot where I need this to stick. And I'm just speeding it up so you don't have to watch. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes, but this is a pretty complicated image. And you can pick something that's much simpler and easier to cut out. But now I'm getting towards where I started, and it's called a lasso because you start and end at the same place. When you zoom in, you can see the beginning, and look at that. When I click it, I get all these the dotted line cutting around. So this is a selection. I've selected this part of the photo, and now I want to copy and paste this out. Some people will want to cut it. I like to right click and go layer via copy and click. And it doesn't look like much changed. The lasso went away, but when we look at the layers, I can turn off the original photo and I can see that my cart photo is layer number 1, and now it is ready to move. When I click on the move tool, the very top one, I can slide this thing around. That's this tool right here. And if I want to see the controls, you can click on transform controls at the top. And now I can make it bigger or smaller so I can scale it. I can also do things like flip it around and rotate it as well. So now I have basically a puppet. Now I have my cutout piece that I can move around on the background, and I can place it and take individual frames. So I'm going to need at least 10 frames in my finished product. And so this is going to allow me to do that. I want to flip this though. I want to go from left to right going forward. So I'm just going to make this a little bigger, and I'm going to flip it horizontally so it goes the other direction. So I'm going to go over to edit and click on transform. And there's a few things you can do here, but closer to the bottom, I want to flip it horizontally, so sideways, because that matches the background. You can see the light source of the sun is coming from the top right, and it's hitting the trees, and the trees are creating a shadow. And same with the cart that she's got. It's lighter in the front and darker towards the back. I am now ready to take some frames. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to go to the move tool and turn off the transform controls just so I can see exactly what it's going to look like. And now just taking pictures is literally just exporting the image a bunch of times. So export, this is the first position. I'm going to hit JPEG and go save. This is a good size. It's not too big. So I'll go save, and then I'll hit OK for that. And then I'm going to move my picture. So now I'm sliding it forward. And once I have it in the right position, I will do the same thing. File, and then export and save. And so that's just going to happen over and over again, because this is animation, and that's what it's all about. Little movements, and this repetition makes it easy and almost meditative. So it takes a few minutes. So I'm going to crunch this down for you. And each one of these images is going to my downloads folder. So I'll be able to easily find them later when we head to EZgif to compile them. So ezgif.com, you can see them on the GIF maker. And this is how we make the still images into an animated sequence. So we're going to go, instead of clicking on choose files, I'm going to drag and drop my images. I'm going to grab them all at once and drag them in. You can see 8 files. And then it's going to start uploading. And if your photos are medium to small, it's going to go pretty quick. If your images are large, it's going to take a longer time. You can see them all lined up here, and we've got them in chronological order already. So we have the cart starting on the left, going towards the right as we go across, which is perfect. And the final one has nothing in it. And I'm going to copy this twice. As you'll recall, we need 10 frames. And what we do for the viewer is we set up the front so that they can take a second to see the background before the cart starts coming in. So now that I've duplicated that empty slide, put 2 on the front, just drag them and drop them. Now I have my 10 frames and it's ready to go. So this says toggle between range. So we want 1 to 10. We want all of the frames going. They're going to take 1/20th of a second, which is good. We'll start with that, and you can always make that longer or shorter. And then you're going to click make a GIF. The cat will dance. And then as it loads for the first time, it's going to go extra slow. So this is not what it's actually going to look like. This first one, it's just trying to catch up. So it's going slowly across, but it looks good. This is what I want. And then the second run through as it goes, there we go. That's the actual speed that it's going. So now it's running and I like it. This is working. So I don't think I need to reshoot anything. I think we're looking nice. When I look at the bottom here, I see the file size is 6.52 megabytes. So that's pretty big, and so is the width and the height. Those are pretty big for a GIF. So I'm going to resize it. You don't have to do this. It just makes it easier to share and faster. So I go down to percentage, and I'm going to say, what if we do 70% of the size? What if it's just 70% of the original size? Then I'll click resize image. It gets a little smaller. And then if you look at the file size now, it's 3.5 megabytes. So that's pretty good. That's easily shareable. However, we can make this a little bit better if we are concerned about the size, and we can go to optimize. When we click on optimize, this will pixelate it a little bit. It's going to compress it. And it starts at 15. I'm just going to leave it at 15 and see what happens. So we'll go optimize GIF. Now we're seeing, oh yeah, it's only 500 kilobytes. So that means it's a smaller file. It's easy to upload. It's easy to send to people. And that's ideal. So when it's good, we're gonna hit save over here in the bottom right. And then when it downloads to your folder, you can just check it. Just make sure it works for you on your computer, and then you're ready to submit. So good luck with your animation.